Hi guys, welcome back to our Red Hat Kiddo YouTube video. You're probably wondering, we've been gone for a very long time. Yes we have. Why is that? Because I'm lazy and I'm terrible at planning. And I've also been at work and I've been sleeping. So now you know where I've been. So, we've been gone for a long time. What are we going to be doing in today's video on Red Hat Kiddo YouTube channel? Well, today we're going to be going over a topic that I was actually tagged in on my Facebook. Now, a friend of mine, he tagged me in it. You should go check out his channel. It's a very good channel. It's the Ben Curtis YouTube channel. And I'll leave a link for his below. I'll probably flash it on screen if I can. And, you know, he tagged me in this the other day and it was like, top 10 films that have inspired you. And he was like, post a film a day. Well, Ben, you know I'm lazy. So I'm not going to do that. Because I'm just a terrible human being. We're going to review the top 10 films that have inspired me in today's video. The number 10 spot would be the 1960s John Wayne Alamo film. Now, it was a very old film. This is the oldest film on my list. Yeah, it's the oldest film on my list. So why have I picked this to be in my number 10 spot? Well, this movie to me is one of the key cornerstones of my childhood and of my life really. I remember this movie very vividly and I love this movie to bits. One of the key memories attached to this film for me would be going to my granddad's all the time and we'd just sit and watch this film over and over and over again. And it's kind of a thing we'd love to do together and I just love doing that. It just means a lot to me. I have such a strong fondness and nostalgia to it, I guess. Yeah, that's why I love that movie. So, at my number 9 spot, the Mad Max, The Road Warrior. Now, why is that film inspired me? Well, you just stay right there. This leather jacket, yes, within the Mad Max, The Road Warrior movie, when I watched it, when was it? I was back in college, so 5 years? No, not 5. 5? Could have been 5 years ago now. Before I get into an existential crisis, I watched this movie many years ago, and I loved it so much. I got myself this leather jacket. Now, as you can see, I've added some patches to it here and there. And it was around the same time I really got into Fallout 3 and those games took over my life. And if I can find some more pictures of me, I'm going to overlay them over this part of the video and they're going to be so cringy because it was so long ago and they're going to be such camera quality. But yeah, that movie inspired me to get my leather jacket and I got it for £30 off eBay and I've never looked back since and I love it. I'm always wearing this jacket. That's how the movie inspired me, I guess. Perks of being the Wallflower movie. Now, the movie itself is a very emotional piece and it's based upon a book which I've also read. Fantastic book, would highly recommend a read. And I love that movie because I saw it at a time in my life where it kind of inspired me a lot and I don't know, it sounds super cringy. I super identified with the main character in the movie and anyone who I've recommended the movie to see it before or I've watched it with, they're just
like, hey man, this kids were fucked up. Just like, are you okay?
Are you okay about it? I'm fine. I'm fine, I promise. But yeah, though, I love this movie. It's a fantastic movie. It's a real coming of age film and I haven't really found a lot of films that are coming of age stories that I kind of really enjoy. So yeah, that one to me was I felt like my own kind of personal coming of age story and it just was a fantastic viewing and I'd recommend you guys to go watch it. Fantastic film. I'm gonna cheat right now and I know you said I picked 10 movies. Well, I'm going to list off 3 right now because of how just important they were to me as a person and still are to me as a person. So I'm going to list off the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Now, if you haven't seen these movies, then what are you doing? Go out there and watch them right now because they are fantastic cinematic masterpieces. But to me, they're important because they were such an integral part of what made me growing up and who I became and who I am now still. For example, back in primary school, I didn't have a lot of friends, but the friends I had, a friend called Christian, we always used to reenact the Lord of the Rings battles, and that kind of, we always used to do it, and we used to have this big fantastical displays of play fighting and stuff, and it was a real amazing time, and it really gave me the confidence as a person to kind of imagine myself in this world, and it inspired me to collect the Lord of the Rings miniature game, which I didn't really know how to play, and I still don't. It's very complicated. Someone teach me the rules at some point, please. It was just a really fantastic trilogy, and that's why it has to be on my list. And I know it means 3 movies, but we're squishing it down into 1. King Arthur and the Saxons. Now, you probably don't know what this movie is. If you do, then hey, how are you doing? You're a cool person. Why I was ever allowed to watch this as a kid, I will never know, because oh boy, it is so violent. Mum, why'd you let me watch it? I love you for it, it's an amazing movie, but it's so goddamn violent. The movie essentially follows King Arthur, the theoretical King Arthur, in the time when the Romans had left England, if I remember it clearly, I guess, and the Saxons come across, and well, they're just like, well, we can't allow this, and then they join up with the King Arthur joins up Britons, and I think the woman who plays Elizabeth Swann in Pirates of the Caribbean movies, like, she was in it, I think. I'm gonna put her name and face on screen if I remember, but I'm pretty certain she was in it. And essentially there's this massive battle, and there's this really cool scene on the ice, and he breaks the ice, and the Saxons get swallowed into it, and it's really bloody and all of it. And this end fight scene is just, it's insane. One of King Arthur's knights, he gets, I think he gets shot by a crossbow bolt in the chest. And he's just like, I will kill you. And then I think he shoots, I don't know, someone gets shot with a crossbow bolt at the end, there's an end battle scene. And the guy, he injures the brother of the leader Saxon, and he just like stabs the sword through his neck, and it's the coolest thing I have ever seen. And I love it. And I don't understand why I was allowed to watch it, but I'm so glad I was, because oh my god, that movie, amazing. Commando. Now, the Arnold Schwarzenegger classic of the 80s, Commando was a staple of me and my friends' competent talk back in secondary school, and I used to love the movie in general. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger, come on, you don't really need much more in one of his movies, he just killed everyone. There was a plot, I guess. His daughter got kidnapped. But we were only there to see Arnold with his big ass muscles and a machine gun. That's all we ever wanted to see. And I'm so thankful that movie exists. I don't know, I wouldn't say it's really a movie that inspired me to do anything in my life, but it was a movie that I could kind of get behind. Like, it was a very action-packed movie, and I really enjoyed those kind of movies. So I don't know, it was a kind of perfect movie. So, spot number 4, we have Saving Private Ryan. Now, Saving Private Ryan's one of those movies that, if you haven't watched it, what's wrong with you? If you don't like war movies, then I don't care. Watch it, it's a phenomenal movie. It's got Tom Hanks in it, it's got... I don't know the other people's names, but I know their faces. There are a lot of famous people from other war films from the time. You had the guy that was also in Black Hawk Down, you had the guy that was in We Were Soldiers. Yeah. I know who I'm talking about. I'm gonna put them on screen and you will know too, hopefully. I just don't know their actual names. So this movie was so inspirational because I love history, and it brought history into like a context, a medium that I would really enjoy, and to kind of like watch this epic battle of the storming of Normandy and, you know, the final defense at the end of the movie. I don't know, it was like kind of like watching that unfold was very, very cool to me, and that also did inspire me into writing another film script. There's gonna be a whole episode dedicated to film my love for it, if you can't tell already. Yeah. So at at the number 3 spot, we have Aliens. Alien 2, I'm going to call it Alien 2 because I always forget. But Alien 2, now this movie is a cinematic masterpiece. Oh my god. What can I even begin to say about this movie? Miles better than the third one and fourth one and the Prometheus ones. They do not. All of those movies combined could not compare to this movie. It was exactly what we wanted, exactly what made the first one amazing, and then they added more aliens to it, and it just went from 0 to 100 so quickly. And there's so many unforgettable lines, the characters, the props, the really iconic cinematography used in it. No matter how many times I can watch that movie, I won't get bored of it. I won't be like, oh, that sucks, or like, oh, this is predictable. I will always watch it, and it will always feel refreshing to me to watch. That's why it hits spot number 3. Spot number 2, We Were Soldiers. Now this movie was a masterpiece. Well, I mean, this movie is a masterclass piece of work. It's insane. It was such an inspiration to me and my friends when we were younger. We used to go out, we used to play. We used to play at the park and in the woods and stuff. We used to have a lot of toy guns, and we used to have this game where we would take historical conflicts and we would build a campaign around them. And over the course of several weeks or months, we would play out this campaign together. And I'm going to go into it depth probably in another video. But as a short thing of why it inspired us so greatly is because it was an action-packed war film and we were bloodthirsty teenagers at the time, so that is why we enjoyed it. But it was such an inspiring movie to me, watching the blend between special effects and realistic effects. And because I was really into Mel Gibson movies at the time, it was a really weird phase. I was just getting to Fallout, just see Mad Max. It was a weird phase in my life. But I don't know, it was one of those movies that I really enjoy watching it. Yeah, there are some parts of it I'm like, well, that's a bit boring and I don't really want to watch this part. But it keeps you on the edge of your seat and it really brings you through the lens of American soldiers fighting in Vietnam. And it's just a really good movie. So, on our number 1 spot of movies that inspired me. I mean, the movie's obvious. Anyone who's known me for an extended period of time will know this movie had such a profound impact on the way I looked at life, the way I acted, the way I dressed, everything. And this movie would be Natural Born Killers.
Are you flirting with me?
Maybe.
It's a movie that I'd heard about it, but I never watched it. And when I eventually did sit down to watch it, it inspired me to be like the main characters. It's a fantastic movie, it's a fantastic story, and I could sit down and watch it any day of the week. And I could put it on, and I'd fall in love with the characters again and again. And I'd be able to connect to them the same way I would be able to connect to them the first time I ever saw the movie. The way you take in a movie, the way you remember it, is with the people that you watch the movie with. And I think that's very important. So with any of the movies on my list, it all depends on who I was watching it with, the kind of circumstances that were going on in my life at the time, and just generally the way you're feeling as a person really dictates how you take in a movie. And I think Natural Born Killers was one of those movies I was really needing in my life at the time. It was kind of, I wanted that kind of adventure that was on screen, the same way I wanted to really feel and get to know those characters that were presented to me. So with Mickey and Mallory, they're lovers, and they fall in love, and nothing can break their love apart, and they go on a crime spree. And that's all I'm going to say about the movie, because I would 110% recommend you guys going out and watching it, because it is such a fantastical piece of 90s cinema that is so bloodthirsty. Movie that during the Columbine case, after the shootings, they dragged up the movie and were like, well, this movie clearly inspired it. Man, video games and heavy metal rock music and Marilyn Manson. And I don't think that's the case, because holy crap, if a movie can get this much notoriety behind it, it has to be a good movie. And that's why that movie's just stuck with me. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I moved about quite a lot. You're probably gonna get very motion sick. It's very different compared to what I've been doing recently. I just kind of thought it'd be a bit of fun. Considering I hadn't uploaded in a while, just kind of sit down and just have a movie list listening to you guys. I just thought it'd be fun. I had a good time. It'd be a good time too. So if you want to tell me your top 10 movies that you really love or have inspired you, leave them in the comments. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button. And as always guys, hope you will stay classy and I'll see you in the next one.